Lil Scoom and Bloodhound Lil Jeff were making major noise in the drill scene. Both had crazy potential, but within just 1 month of each other, both of their lives were brutally cut short. Today we're pulling back the curtain and breaking down the wild and tragic story that most fans never got to see. The full story of how two promising stars got taken out by the very streets they tried to escape. It all started on July 8th, 2024. Chicago PD responded to a shooting on 89th and Langley, and there they found Lil Scoom lying in the street with 2 bullets in his chest. They rushed him to the hospital, but by the time he got there, it was already too late. Scoom was pronounced dead on arrival, just 20 years old. But while doctors were fighting to save his life, the streets were exploding. The cops ended up in a full-blown shootout with the man who allegedly killed Scoom. When they first rolled up, they spotted a dude walking away with a gun. They tried to chase him down for Asipipos, but he turned, upped his strap, and started letting off shots. Even after SWAT was called in, the shooter managed to slip away into the chaos. Turns out, Scoom wasn't alone when it all went down. Lil Will, one of his closest homies and fellow Bloodhound affiliate, was with him. Reports say they both hopped out of a car and started pressing a dude on the street, but that's when the other guy drew his weapon and fired. Fast, ruthless, and deadly. Scoom caught 2 shots to the chest. Lil Will got hit in both legs but somehow survived. Found later in an Uber, bleeding out but still breathing. When police questioned him, Will refused to say much. In the aftermath, rumors started swirling heavy. Some said Scoom got backdoored, set up by someone he trusted. Even his mom spoke out, revealing that just before he died, Scoom told her he didn't feel right, that people around him were acting weird, shifty. A girl named Neen Brooks caught serious heat, getting death threats online, but Scoom's mother shut it all down, saying that wasn't the real story. According to her, Scoom was betrayed by someone he knew, someone who got him comfortable enough to snake him. It wasn't an op, it wasn't random, it was a setup. And it came from someone inside his own circle. What's even crazier, just 3 days before his death, Scoom had posted on Facebook about almost getting set up. He had a gut feeling, but in the streets, being cautious still isn't always enough. Nobody's been charged for his murder. But one thing's clear. Witnesses said Scoom was arguing with the guy who shot him. If it was a hit, there wouldn't have been an argument. It would have been straight action. The killer was someone he knew, someone who got close enough to end it without Scoom expecting it. And that's what makes the loss even heavier. Lil Scoom was right on the edge of making it out. He had only been rapping seriously for about a year, but was already buzzing heavy, signing a deal with Columbia Records and dropping heaters like Need for Speed, Nightcrawler, and In Scoom We Trust. Just 1 day before he was killed, Scoom sat down for his first major interview with DJU TV. In it, he spoke about how social media was getting people killed. "You ain't gonna see me do a bunch of bullshit," he said. They letting that shit get to their head. It's almost haunting now, because Scoom was speaking real truths. He had seen the dangers of clout chasing firsthand, and he was trying to stay out the way, to focus on music and escape the cycle that had taken so many before him. Scoom had been active in the streets since he was 15. By 16, he had already lost 2 close friends. He wasn't new to pain, but it looked like he was finally climbing out, until it all came crashing down. And the eerie part? Scoom's death came exactly 1 month after the death of his right-hand man, Bloodhound Lil Jeff. Lil Jeff was another rising star in Chicago's drill scene. In just a short time, he had racked up crazy numbers, even getting a cosign from G Herbo. He and Scoom weren't just music collaborators. Their bond ran deep into the streets. Tracks like Exotics and Rack to LA showed the chemistry, but behind the scenes, it was blood ties and beefs that shaped their fates. Jeff repped the Bloodhounds, a clique connected to sets like Drill City on the east side. For years, Bloodhounds and Trap City were cool, but after a betrayal over a stolen gun, the streets turned deadly. A Trap City affiliate named Leal allegedly set up a Bloodhound named Zmony. In Avalon Park, Zmony was ambushed, shot more than 29 times. The doctors eventually stopped counting. It was an execution. Zmony's death lit a fire under Lil Jeff. It was personal now, he said it himself. After Z-Money died, of everybody after that. From there, Lil Jeff became one of the most feared names in the city. Some say he caught 10 bodies after just recently jumping off the porch at 18. Before that, Jeff had been focused on basketball, trying to stay clean. He even dreamed about going D1, but when violence touched his family, when shooters nearly killed him at 14, it was only a matter of time before he chose the streets. And once he did, there was no looking back. Lil Jeff and his Bloodhound brothers, Q50 and Vert, allegedly went on a relentless rampage. First came the get back for Zamoni. Then, after Leal was shot dead while getting into a lift, Jeff went on live and clowned him, even rapping, "For Z money we got back, ain't take too long, bitch I'm relentless." The body count didn't stop there. Lil Jeff allegedly clapped back at BKN after they stole from him, killing Monty and Lul Rob outside their high school in a brutal double murder. On the track, Jeff practically self-snitched. Still hop out blasting when I'm sliding. You would think a Anna Bappin if I told you about what I did. Rumors say Q50 was right there with him, and Jeff confirmed it in his lyrics. With Q50, that's my round, 50 shots to clear the crowd. At one point, Jeff even joked online about starting a killing school, saying, "You gotta at least have 2 bodies if you want to enroll." It was part bravado, part chilling reality. The streets were heating up fast. The Bloodhounds weren't just beefing with Trap City, they also had problems with 8 Trey Mob. Rumors say Jeff and Q50 caught a body there too, killing a dude named Khalil in an alley. After Khalil's death, Lil Jeff went live and said, "F that that's 11. Q50 bragged that his score had gone up too. The violence was nonstop. Each death brought more revenge, more chaos. Even as Jeff's music started gaining momentum, the streets kept pulling him deeper, but karma in the streets always comes back around. June 8th, 2024. Lil Jeff and some Bloodhounds slid into Trap City's hood, letting off shots. Jeff, fearless as always, chased a dude right up to the front of a house. But then, someone inside the crib came out and started firing back. Jeff was hit 19 times. 19 bullets tore through him before he hit the ground. There was no saving him. He died right there, a tragic end to a bloody legacy. Neighbors said the gunfire sounded like fireworks. Non-stop, thunderous, chaotic. The shooter was arrested, but later released under mutual combat laws because Chicago saw it as 2 sides going at it equally. In the city's eyes, it was war, and both soldiers were fair game. Lil Scoom, Bloodhound, Lil Jeff. 2 stars with the talent to make it out. 2 lives swallowed by the streets they tried to survive. And 2 stories that ended almost exactly 1 month apart, leaving behind a legacy of music, mayhem, and what could have been. And now their names live on in the music. Echoes of what they could have been, and warnings of just how hard it is to escape the streets once you're born into them. Lil Scoom and Bloodhound, Lil Jeff's stories show us that sometimes even the brightest talents can be swallowed by the darkness of the streets. Their journeys weren't just part of the drill scene, they were a warning about dreams that never got the chance to be fulfilled. If you found this video powerful, make sure to like it, share it with others who need to hear these stories, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the untold sides of the culture. Take care of yourselves out there, and remember, behind every beat, there's a story. We'll catch you in the next one.